I love that we've been doing this for so many years. It's like, oh,
Always
that
the
would be
same.
good. Anyways, time to get started on this Monday morning, 9:30-ish. Today we're gonna have Hervé, who's gonna present a paper on portable MRI, and he shared the link in the chat. Take it away.
Okay. So let's, okay. I share my screen so I know how to do it. Hopefully. Yes, should be like that. Normally you should see something. And normally I want to present something. Yeah.
Oh, I
So,
remember that one.
you remember last year, Christmas, I wanted a big scanner, but I didn't get it. Nobody bought me the 11.7 Tesla. So I was pretty sad, but in fact, I changed my mind. So I don't want that anymore. So what I want now is that it's a portable MRI. So something you can put in a small truck and you can go everywhere. So you travel, you scan people, and happy life. So the idea is here, and it's why I want to present this paper. So the paper is about conducting research with highly portable MRI in community settings. A practical guide to navigating ethical issues and ELSI checklist. For those who are not aware about ELSI checklist, so ELSI stands for ethical, legal, and societal issues. So it's a paper which is in a journal that we are not, so we don't see often in Neuroccinos or in general, I think. It's a journal of law, medicine, and ethics. It's because they talk about this ELSI checklist. I think I stumbled on this paper because Damien Fair, who is one of the author, I think I saw him. He's somewhere. Yeah. So he advertised this article in social media Blue Sky and say I was interested in it, so I say yeah, let's give it a go. So this paper we talk about portable MRI. So and they wanted to do a checklist for researchers that want to conduct research using this kind of scanner. And there is a real focus on community settings, and that is a real change, a change of paradigm in the way you scan people because you will be able to go to different places with your scanner. So that means you will be able to scan people you were not able to scan before. So that is only a big change. Okay, so let's start. So the paper it's a long paper. I will not say that, but there is a lot of technical details. So I will not go over all the things. I think I will emphasize some of the parts which are really interesting, and some of the stuff I was not aware about it before to read it. So and that was kind of cool. So they start with an introduction about how you will be able to scan outside of medical center in community settings and how you will be able to scan diverse and representative MRI research, diverse and representative participants. That is true that we have often see, or even in the Neuroccino, we discuss about the bias in neuroimaging studies, and one of the biggest bias is the generalizability of your research, and because we scan often, for example, me when I do population imaging, the population we scan is often European or American, so we miss half of the world population. So maybe this scanner will be able to close this gap. So after they discuss why they wanted to do this checklist, so we are used to this checklist when we do classical MRI studies. You need to inform the participant. You need to be aware about incidental findings, adverse events, privacy, data management, and so on. Okay. So they continue like that. So they identified 4 features that are new using portable MRI. The first thing new is new researchers, so new users. That means new people will be able to scan without be aware of MRI scanner, for example. So you can take someone that doesn't have a real expertise in scanning. That will be a big change. So the second feature is the location. So for sure, you will be able to go to one place to another. Participant populations. So that is really the idea. You go to remote places, for example, or you go to very specific communities you want to study. And something which is one of the feature which is not the good one is a variable image quality. So that means you will not get the same image as a regular scanner. You will get more noisy images and stuff like that. So you need to be aware of that. So they go on, I think there is, yeah, they go on. So they said, so this paper is derived from a symposium that I think went last year. And then there is a working group on this specific topic. And if you go to the journal, you will see there is 7, 8 papers about portable MRI. So some of them are very focused on, for example, legal issues. Some of them are really focused on technical issues. But there is a few of them that are really interesting. So the working group is at the University of Minnesota. They work together to do this checklist. So they go on. Okay, I will go, yeah. So that was the introduction. So they do a brief, so after there is a chapter about a brief introduction to highly portable and accessible MRI. Okay, and here they focus really on the reason why to develop this kind of portable MRI. It's because they want to scan communities. So there is a definition of communities here, which I will no, wait, what did I do? So community is a group of people with diverse characteristics who are linked by social ties, share common perspectives, and engage in joint action in geographical location or settings. And so that means, yeah, again, this paper is how you reach these communities, how you scan these communities. That means big communities or very small communities. So, and how you manage these different environments, different communities. And then this paper is really, yeah, it's always focusing on this topic. So something you need to so when I read it because I heard before about portable MRI. So something that went in my mind was this mobile MRI unit that already exists. So I remember a discussion I had with Thomas Pass where they go to prison to scan prisoners, and they have these mobile MRI units. So, but it's a big truck with a big trolley and still a reasonable MRI scanner. But this paper is not talking about that. It's talking about this specific portable MRI unit. So that is an example by, I don't know if you know it, Shendeoni is a pediatric neuroscientist in England. And he developed this what he called a scanner van, which is a cool name. So the idea is to scan. You can go anywhere, everywhere with this small vehicle. So you have the inside here where you have the scanner inside, and when you can scan really the person inside the van. So this is really about that. Okay, so it's why they talk about three technological developments. So the new pMRI machine, so as the one I showed you, they talk about delivery of autonomous MRI systems. So uh, um, the thing they discuss here is the way you can scan without skill technician. So if you are not aware about, so you need to be aware of the safety of the machine. But if you are not aware about the techniques, the physics behind it, you should be able to scan. So, and even they talk about the participant to be able to scan himself. So, which is kind of cool. And they discuss that in the conclusion. And third technological development is the build their own MRI machine. So the idea here is to be able, for example, if you don't want to buy from a manufacturer, you build from yourself. So which can be very interesting for emerging countries, or if you don't have access to manufacturers, or if you want to be completely in control of your machine, you can build it from scratch. And with open science, it starts to be possible. So something which need to be noticed is that we are not talking about classical MRI scanner with a field that is around a Tesla, 1 Tesla or 2 Tesla, 3 Tesla, or even 11.7 Tesla. Here we are talking about low field MRI. So that means low field is around 0.01 and below 0.1 Tesla, or even ultra low field Tesla, ultra low field, which is below 0.01. That means you cannot do functional or diffusion MRI yet. So it's limited to structural imaging. So that was the introduction about the portable MRI. So I don't want to, okay, so I will go faster. So the second chapter is the dawn of community-based research with portable MRI. So there they discuss why it's important for the communities. So there is some stuff I noticed here. So that was possible to do that because now we have innovation in terms of noise cancellation. So as you saw in the van, there is no Faraday cage, stuff like that. So they managed to scan without this Faraday. The use of artificial intelligence. I will come back to that later if I have time. So yes, so yes. So I made a picture of why they developed this scanner van. The first thing is to scan communities, but to do so, you need to be able to go to remote places with local and dirt roads. So it's why I didn't take this picture, but I know where ChatGPTs can be helpful. The second thing is to be able to use portable or fixed power. So that means you need to be able to completely to be autonomous in terms of power, or to be able to plug your MRI scanner somewhere. And something which is not really real in this image is that you need to be able, for example, to load or unload the scanner. That can be, which is not possible in this image, but yeah, you can scan in the van, or you can scan in a building, in a school, or somewhere. So I already discussed that, new MRI user. There is a box with different example here. So there is the van by Chandoni I showed you. The second thing is about to be able to build your own scanner, so from scratch. That can be really helpful for emerging countries. So I already told you that. So there is some example, for example, in Uganda, in Africa, where they try to construct on site the first custom built point of care MRI system. So you don't need manufacturer, which can be good in terms of support because that costs money or two. So you can replace the different pieces of your scanner by yourself, and that makes it much cheaper. Okay. So after that, they have their checklist where they go to research protocol from creating the research protocol, preparing the scanning, conducting the scanning, and after the scanning. So I think there is, if you go, there is this figure with the different points where they emphasize always the community, how you engage the community, and so on. So I go back. So this is the third chapter, part of the checklist. So the different points. There is an example of a hypothetical case where you want to engage community engaged research of an MRI and financial decision making in older adults. So you go to residencies with older people, and you scan them and you do your research. So yeah, they explain why it's more complicated. So there is a lack of established protocols, so they need to work on that. Greater variation in scanning environments. As I told you, you go to different places. That means also that each place is different, so you need to adapt to each place. Increase physical distance between site of data acquisition and medical expertise. So it's when I stumble again on a term. I saw helicopter or parachute research. So when I saw that, I was thinking, maybe they talk about that. Helicopter, MRI scanner, yeah, you go everywhere with the scan. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. Helicopter research, let me go back here and move that here. So helicopter or parachute research refer to a situation in which a research team arrives at a community, conduct the study there, and then leaves without conferring local values. So we don't have this kind of thing with a regular neuroimaging research with a fixed MRI scan because we don't move. But that I think is something interesting. So if we go with your scan, you scan and you go, you live like you don't discuss with the people. It can be very bad in a way that the people can feel stolen from something. And even if you want to do a follow-up, if you go back, people will say, yeah, but why are we doing that? So they don't talk about their research. They don't talk about what they are doing. So it's something I was not aware before to read this article, and I found really interesting. Let me look at time. So after the increasing representativeness of population, okay, they go on. So something, I will not cover it. Accidental findings. I talk about it. Maybe. Yeah. If you have. You need to be aware about how you deal with incidental findings if you are very far. So you need to see how you participate if you find something. If you need to go to an hospital, if you are in a remote place, you need to plan that in advance. So that we go on. So something that is really also something, yeah, you scan in a remote place, but the data are there. So you need to move the data from the van to the research center. So you need to be really careful how you manage that. So you need to deal with cloud storage and stuff like that. So it makes things more complicated. They talk about helicopter research again. And that is something also important is the therapeutic misconception, which can be also happening with a classical MRI scanner. So you need to talk to people that you are conducting research. So it's not, you are not doing clinical care. So people can mix the things. So you need to explain your protocol very clearly. You need to be careful about the participant privacy. I was in mind if you go to a school, so people are waiting to be scanned. So that means people are scanned and people can see it. So you need to deal with privacy. Even people can take pictures of the guy in the side of the scanner, which can be things more complicated. Internet access, yeah, so yeah, if you are in a remote place, you need to deal with that. So something also, maybe I will stop with that. Yeah, so you need so you will be certain of using artificial intelligence with this portable MRI. So just for the pre-processing, for the analysis of the data. So you need to be careful when you explain your protocol to the participant that you will use artificial intelligence in a way that you will increase the quality of your images. But that means, yeah, you don't, because there is a lot of stuff going on with artificial intelligence now in the social media and stuff like that, saying that can be bad or stuff like that. So they make a point saying, yeah, you need to warn people that you will use these techniques. And yeah, they go on. They talk about the safety of your build, your own MRI machine. Yeah, safety is something because if you own you build your machine and it start to you start to cook your participants, it can be bad. Okay, storage again, and yeah, I will stop here. The conclusion is about how the future can be even a completely autonomous MRI scanner where participants are just going they talk about a direct to consumer pMRI service. Why not? We'll see that. And that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Love the helicopter MRI.
Yeah.
Do they go into detail on the consumer-driven use of the machine? Like, how do they envisage someone just scanning themselves?
No, there is some points here, for example, I think because now it's just a future plan, but they what they wanted to discuss is that if you go to a remote place, maybe the classical people you have in a regular environment, like a technicians, someone who are aware about the informatical issues you can have, they say, yeah, you need to train people not to have the classical training, but more just safety and just pressing buttons maybe or safety aware technician. And they go on participants if they will be able to go on the I don't know what the example you go to a place you put money in the machine and you get the stuff but I was maybe imagining there is no really details about it but I think
Sounds a
that
bit like the photo booth where you just throw in a coin and you get a picture of your face. They
yeah
just do the
exactly
same thing for your brain.
I think that yeah you have this idea in mind so that maybe they think about it but yeah they don't have really clear plan of how to do it.
Right, let's go in order of raised hands. I think Lilith was first.
Yeah, thank you, Era, for presenting this. Super exciting. And actually, I have the question that is now discussed in the chat. So, how do they? So, no, first, okay, do we have already this movable?
Yeah so the picture I
Okay,
just
but okay,
not this one but
yeah,
this one is
this one, yeah. So, it doesn't seem very crazy machine. I mean, in the sense like the car. So I was wondering how do they control for these metals around, and isn't it also like disturbing the magnet?
yeah I
I
had
don't.
this
There was a problem, something like this when I was. looking into the portable things. I don't know how they
It's
fixed
sad
it.
that I didn't Shiondoni, there is a paper by Shiondoni on this portable MRI unit. So and there is images of the what they did, and the images looks great after preprocessing. So that means they use machine learning stuff like that. So they have really nice structural MRI scan. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So it's a very low field. It's a 0. I don't remember. Maybe if I go back to the box one.
But the idea itself is not new, right? So the
Yeah,
track that you're showing, we also had that at the NHS in the UK for many, many years already.
yeah.
And the
But still, it's
head-only
very
scanners have
small.
also been around for
Yeah.
quite a while.
So it's 64 a mini Tesla. And yeah, I didn't see in this article they don't talk because it's more about this checklist. And in Shiondoni paper, I didn't see them discussing about that. So maybe I didn't go deeper in the paper, but they don't. Yeah, for me, all the Faraday cage, all the things you try to avoid in a classical MRI scanner, they don't care. Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I remember just in my bachelor, so like I was doing a presentation on neuronavigational surgeries or something like this. And there was also these portable MRIs for
Mm.
patients because when you do surgery,
Yeah, you need something.
you can mess up a lot of structures and you have to rescan. So is it the same type of machines or are there now like more developed in clinics and I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. So yeah,
Do they
so
talk about something about the clinical setting because that's also can be useful. For example, bring MRI to a patient.
yeah, so yeah. They don't talk about it. This paper is about going to communities. So they say,
Okay.
yeah, take your van and you go there. You scan
Mm.
small suburban
Okay.
parts, or you go to remote places, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
one one example where they bring it to community slash patients is the Oktoberfest, for example. They actually installed a scanner at the Oktoberfest.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
For
To
the drunk
check for head
injuries
injuries.
or no, really?
Yeah, to see if people are intoxicated or if they have brain damage
Something else.
because they got hit on the head.
It's it's a scan or beer van.
Wow.
Just imagine the artifacts of.
What?
Well, I don't want to imagine about the artifacts. I don't know how drunken people can stay still.
Yeah, so it's just true
Or
that
maybe they passed out, so that's not a
they
problem.
don't move at all.
Well, if in the end you want to see if it's a bleed, right? And if that necessitates surgery so that you can see even with some motion artifacts.
Okay. I didn't know.
Anna, you had your hand up.
Right, yeah, I had my hand up because I was wondering about the costs of like the comparison of the costs. Did I talk about that? Because a portable MRI, like you shouldn't, or I would imagine it's like it doesn't cost like millions as
Yeah.
like a normal MRI does, right? But what is the cost of, for example, just like the track, for example, or the this build your own thing, build yourself open source MRI, like.
Yeah,
Do
I
they
don't.
talk about, do they give like a comparison to just like put it
No, it's
into
a good
bigger picture?
question. No, I didn't. No, they don't talk about the price. So they say it's cheaper, and pretty sure it will be cheaper. The van is nothing, and the as it is very small MRI, so it will be cheaper. But I don't know the how much it will be cheaper.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I can.
So comment on that. If I'm not mistaken, Cardiff University also has the blueprint of a scanner on their website. So in terms of the cost, it will be rather affordable at that point. And then also in the chat, I just shared a correspondence piece from the New England Journal of Medicine about the mobile scanning at the Oktoberfest. And then the final point for today is that this week we have a CNS talk. So that is on Wednesday at 4 p.m. European time. And we're going to have Sahba Bejarati, who's going to talk about embodied experiences and if they're universal, going all the way from brain matter to diversity matter, exploring the embodied self-awareness using immersive virtual reality. So that's going to be brand new, exciting research that we're going to see this week. So do come along for that on Wednesday at 4 p.m. And that's all the time we have this morning. So have an exciting week in science. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.